friends, hey, and I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be all about how I dyed this Asteria 613 hair, you guys, and got it into this bomb ombre, okay, or whatever, on period. Oh my god, don't it look so good? And I've never ever dyed purple hair on my channel before, so this is our first time behind the motherfucking scenes, sis, type of video. Okay, so make sure y'all stay tuned, and I'm also gonna show y'all how to get your hair super duper flat. The thing about this is it's some bundles up in here, sis. It's some bundles, but she super flat, okay? Super duper flat, okay? Okay, so definitely stay tuned, and I will see you guys.
Okay, you guys, so first starting off, I already took my bundles and made it into a wig. This hair I'm going to be using today is 613 blonde body wave bundles, 22 inch and 2 bundles of 24 inch with a 20 inch frontal from Asteria hair. The frontal actually already came pre-plucked, which is something that I really like because it makes it that much easier with getting right to the method. But as you guys see, it looks very thick, very blonde. It doesn't give me that yellow tint too much. It honestly looks like an accurate white blonde. So I was definitely for that, because sis, I ain't got time to be trying to tone no yellows out, so I can go ahead and dye over and whatnot. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take the wig and put it on my wig stand. This is just going to help me with dyeing it and doing that whole entire process of making everything, you know, a lot more organized and not just laying down flat. You know, I pretty much like to make my wigs first so I can see how everything is going to lay. And I'm going to be using a series of colors today. First things first, I'm going to be using an Ion Color Brilliance semi-permanent color in lavender Pantene conditioner, as well as the Temptation Vivid Violet. And I'm also going to be using Purple Rage Adore dye because I didn't know which purple I exactly wanted to go with. So next I'm going to take the color lavender and just put that all in a bowl, squeezing it as much as possible. I ended up getting like 3 to 4 of them. I also end up using all of them just to let you guys know. And I'm going to be mixing some conditioner with it because it actually is very like pigmented, and I wanted it to be a little bit more brighter. So I'm just going to keep making that mix. Then I pour the next tube in, put a little bit more conditioner just so I could eye it as I go. Now, this is the part that makes it a lot more easier, is taking a wig and just separating everything so I can see exactly where I want to place the color at. And since this is 613 hair, you need to definitely make sure that you're very careful with putting the dye onto the actual hair, because since it's so light, it actually will just go ahead and stain it. And you have to make sure the color in the bowl is the exact color that you want, because also since the hair is so light, it's just going to take the exact color out of that. So with the back, you don't really have to worry too much of going all the way up to the weft, just because nobody's going to see that and it's all underneath. But you do want to make sure you saturate everything very well so that the color is giving pigmented, everything is looking like it's flowing. But I wasn't too pressed on getting it up to the top, and I'm just going to work my way and keep doing it. But one thing I do wish with this wig is that I did have at least one more piece of track so I could put it between the frontal and the actual last weave, if the last track, that makes sense, just so it would be no black there. But you know, I ran out of hair, so at that point I was like, you know, it is what it is. But if I had to go back, I would just put one more there. And I'm just going to make sure I just put that all on the roots, saturate that, get all that color in as well. I'm not going to do the ends though, because I want to actually save that for the darker color. So I'm really just focused on the top of the hair. But more so when I get to the actual top of the wig is when I make sure I lather everything up and it's double color on, because sis, like I said, in the back, it doesn't really matter. So next, I'm going to go ahead and take my Temptation dye and put that in my clear bowl after I rinse that out from using the lavender. And I'm going to put some very steaming hot water in so I can do the dip dye method. I thought this was just a lot more easier than me trying to dye the ends purple. I just decided to dip it. So with the lavender color still on the top part, I'm actually going to take the bottom of the wig and just kind of dip that so that I can get that color concentrated inside of that. And one thing I did notice is the less water you use is the less dye you need to use, if that makes sense. So you know, a lot of people do the dip dye method with like 2 and 3 bottles of dye. If you only use 1 bottle of dye and not that much water, it'll actually saturate very well inside of that. And with that bottle, I don't even think I had a whole full bottle to use on it. I use like, you know, a little bit less. And I just keep dipping it, making sure everything looks really good. And I did end up letting it sit in that for a little bit, and then I rinsed it out and I did it one more time because it wasn't as vivid as I wanted it to be. So I did it one more time, and this is what it looks like. It has such a pretty body wave on it. It looks really, really good. I actually could have wore it like this, but I was like, you know what? I want to straighten it just so I can see the real dimensions of all the hair. Now, this is very, very crucial with getting your wigs to lay extremely flat. You have to exactly go piece by piece, track weft by track weft, and straighten it as much as possible. Like, I probably do it maybe running it 3 to 4 times. And I also like to use my Chi Silk Infusion just because it's not really greasy. It doesn't weigh the hair down. It still keeps it lightweight, but it also makes sure that the hair is all in place and gives a little bit of shine to it. So I take it, the smaller the piece, the better the piece, and I just take my time with actually straightening it. Now, when you get to the top, that's when you want to use your hot comb. I got my hot comb from GoPro. I have these all linked below, but with my hot comb, I definitely use that on my frontal, and I allow it to heat up on its own for maybe 40 minutes before I even touch it, just because I want it to get extremely hot, and I straighten it on 500 degrees with the hot comb. Some hot combs you can't do that. With this hot comb, you have to kind of, if you want it to get exactly where you want it to be. But I just take my Silk Infusion, run my fingers through it, and then I take the flat iron and just go through piece by piece by piece. And I find that this is the most adequate way to make your hair lay, because you're actually touching each piece of hair with heat. One mistake I used to make is before I would just take my flat iron and run it through the hair and not even go by piece. I just would kind of keep running it through these big chunks. And I was like, why is it not getting silky flat? And then that's when I found out, because I wasn't going through, taking my time doing piece by piece by piece.
Okay, you guys, so how are you doing or whatever? So if you guys are interested in this makeup look, I actually recorded a look on this already, but we're gonna get ahead into this video because I'm got to go. I got to hit the door, okay? Put this on my head and have it, you know, peel back or whatever, a little peel back.
So now I was going to do just my wig cap underneath and then glue it down with my hair gel. But then seeing how transparent this actual lace is, I had to do the ball cap method. Like, I was trying to make it work and it was not working with me. So I did hurry up and do a quick ball cap method. I did that off camera because I have a lot of videos up with the actual ball cap method. And then I decided to put it down. So this lace is actually very, very transparent. I'm going to be using my Got To Be Glued, the yellow bottle. I like this one because it's really good for sweat proof. And I'm going to just go ahead and put that on the hairline. I'm actually going to leave the lace on and put the wig down. And then I'm also going to take my Asteria edgy wrap and wrap the hairline just so it can stay in place, you know, get really secure and mold it on out. Now, I know this part is going to be a little bit confusing to you guys. It's like, why are you cutting the lace off? And I only did that because I had my makeup done with my eyebrows and I didn't want the lace all on my brows. So I just ended up cutting that excess lace off though. But you don't have to do that. That was just optional for me to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull off my edgy wrap, and whoo, sis, that lace looks so melted. It like it's lace not even there. Okay, almost. So at this point, I'm just going to cut that excess lace off as close as possible without cutting my hairline, and just making sure everything is blending, looking bomb. And sis, she is giving is a scalp. Okay, I did that, sis, and that's on period.
You guys, this is the ending result of my hair. It actually looks really bomb, and I really love this. It looks so good. The color contrast. I've never done purple hair except for like one time a long ass time ago, and I'm really happy with the results. It turned out dope as fuck. I'm really happy with the results. It turned out dope as fuck. As you can see on period, it looks bomb. Okay. And I feel like I keep combing because I'm trying to get that look. So what happened is, y'all seeing I did it bone straight, but I want that look of like, what's that look? I want that look that's like my little pieces will fall back like that. And I didn't flat iron it that way. So when I get up from here, I'm actually going to flat iron it that way. And sorry, I'm looking at my monitor because, you know, I'm trying to make sure I look cute and whatever. But, and also, I'm not even gonna hold you. No cap. I put my darker powder right here and it still looks a little light. It's probably because I've been in the sun lately. So So you guys, this is the ending result look, and like I said, it's a little bit lighter here, but honestly, I'm gonna go get some darker powder as soon as I get the freak up, so it ain't even gonna be that bad, honestly. So after I put my talk about it, it'll be bomb, but I feel like, you know, for the time being, it's giving cuties or whatever. Like, it's giving me what I need.